So I'm a big fan of the, I guess we'll call it the Bezos method, riding a hoopty, because, you know, you're living below your means, right? So all that extra money is going to help you build towards your dreams. For instance, like, so I did this before. I had like a 2003 Ford Explorer I got for like $2,000, and I rode that bitch out until I started making like 80K. And like, it does a lot for you. So like I said, it helps you with, you're living below your means, so you're not in scarcity, right? You're not feeling like you're constantly keeping up with your bills. You're not in survival mode. It also keeps the ain't shit bitches away. It's like a pussy deterrent. It's good, because that's, like I've talked before, that's a big distraction that happens, especially for young men, as they're climbing the socioeconomic ladder. And like, to even, like, that's like the meal prepping and stuff too. Like, I don't meal prep. I mean, I do kind of for my physique, but it's more about saving time, eating nutrition, and saving. So you're saving time, you're saving money, you eat nutritionally, like all around. All of that is like compounded interest. So yeah, we're gonna call that the Bezos method. It worked before I even ever saw that. I'm saying it the Bezos method because like there's that video of when he started Amazon. He's driving like an old Honda. So I was doing that before I even saw that video. Like, it was like another 8 years before I ever saw that video come out. I was already on point with it. So that's a big point of like, the success is subtractive. So you're subtracting all the things that aren't adding you towards your goal, your dream, your ideal self, the who. Because you got to keep the who in mind. And as you develop the who, because deep down in here, you can visualize and see your highest self. What would the highest self, what would 10.0 Trav be doing, right? If it's not adding, it's not moving you towards that goal, it's got to go. If she ain't helping you, she's got to go. If they ain't helping you, they got to go. If you guys aren't building almost like an alliance, right? Where you're pulling other people up, they're pulling you up, they're holding you accountable, you're holding them accountable towards the goal, towards the dream, towards the ideal, then they're just passing through. And that's honestly why I have that here. Like, I'm just here to help, I'm just passing through for most people in their life. And I hope, like, and I said this on a video before, like the last relationship I was in, like when me and homegirl parted ways, I was like, hey, look, I hope, you know, do you feel like you're a better person? You grew from the last 2 or 3 years of us being together. And she, yes, you're the most, you know, impactful person I've ever met in my life. And I was like, good, that's all I could ask for. And then I spiraled. But at least I was able to leave on that note. And that's the note I want to leave on with everyone. That's 10.0 Trav. Was I impactful? Did I encourage you to fully go for it? And people, it's painful when you build from the, like, so a lot of people want to look the part, not really act the part, or like fake the part, but it's like you have to build the internal, the core, right? A solid foundation. Because if you're like just wearing the clothes and going to the places, but you don't have the fundamentals, you're just essentially putting makeup on a pig, right? Like, like a little bit, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of rain comes by and it all washes off. You dig what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I wanted to touch on today. This is day 2 of the, well, not day 2, but the second video of full day, full life, transferring from the on the run riffs. So these started as on the run riff, right? Just getting out there, getting on a sick one, and then sharing what the source tells me, you know what I'm saying? When I hear the call, I share it with y'all. And now that I've got this solid foundation, right? The actionables that are breeding the results, not just the ideas, right? The fantasy. And I've done it repeatedly, which builds consistency and confidence. It's that compounding interest. I removed all the bullshit. Now I get up, hit the gym. I come work downtown. I come into work. I go to the studio, the creative studio, work with Mo at the headquarters. Like, my life's already dope as shit. It's only been 6 months of like being really dialed in. But it was unfortunately 2 or 3 years of some serious struggle, because I wouldn't let go, right? I wouldn't let go of control. And all I'm doing now is I'm just moving. When you get the distractions out of the way, the only other way to go is forward, right? Of what's calling, of what your intuition's pulling you towards. All right, so I am at, I guess we'll call it my second job. I'm at Lifted right now, building a marketing agency. So I just want to make a quick video about the current event, what I've learned. So procrastination is the assassination of motivation. The objective is to get out of the thought mind, right? So when we're in the thought mind, we're constantly prepping, right? So if you find yourself like, oh, I need to, like right now, I was like, oh, I need to create the database before I start clipping, before I start publishing and repurposing. But that's not a real actionable step. That's because I can just get lost in that, right? That's me thinking in the future. What actionable step can I do right now? So I'm thinking, what have I done before that got me growth on each platform? And the one common denominator was I just did something now. I edited something now. It doesn't matter if it was messy. It doesn't matter if it was perfectly polished. It doesn't matter if it was perfectly organized. I just got it done and sent it out. 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 And then eventually, when it's stockpiled enough, I was like, oh shit, I got to get this, dialed in. So I'm not re-editing the same thing over and over again, or like exporting multiple copies that just look a little bit different. So that's what I want to tell you guys. Like, so what you do in private shows in public. It may be messy at first, but you'll get dialed in before before it really blows up. It'll get dialed in, sharpened, polished before it really gets that big growth. So the big thing is being in the present moment is doing the actionable deed. So the only way to achieve the success you're looking for in life is to take an action, because taking an action brings you into the now, takes you out of the pain of the past and the anxiety of the future. So right now, I'm gonna take all the clips that we shot over, the last 4 or 5 years that I've known Mo, and stuff that we never dropped, stuff that's still, and I'm gonna cut out all the stuff that we don't want and just start clipping, clip. I'll figure it out when I get there. You just gotta get started somewhere. That's the biggest thing. You just gotta get started. And preparation is not getting started. It can confuse us and appear that way, but it's 9 times out of 10, you're just delaying the process because you're venturing into the unknown, and the unknown is the present moment. So get out there and give it. I might shoot something else later on my walk home tonight, but for now, it's about being in the moment. It's about doing the actionable steps. Actionable steps breed results. You can track your progress by the actions you take. That's how you know you're not an ego, right? Because ego is like false pride or something. It's like a false presentation of yourself. Like your ego is there to let you know what you're capable of, but your confidence comes from consistency, right? From taking actionable steps when nobody's looking and the results bear themselves in the physical reality. That's where true confidence comes from. That's where integrity, that's where you build the foundation, by taking actionable steps consistently in the moment, staying in the now. And that's what makes you polarizing to other people, because people see what you're capable of. They're able to see your trajectory well before you are. You may know it and see it in your vision, like the long run, but people see your motion, your momentum, and it attracts them to you. You don't even have to sell yourself anymore. Just your very essence, your actions draws people in. Here's a quick one I just shared on my story. So whenever you're in business, right? So I'm real big on like first principles, the function of everything, right? So that's why, like with my personal development, I like to I'm stern about building a strong foundation to grow on, right? So as within, so without, right? So like in business right now I'm getting into like having a marketing agency. But first, so like I'm batching, I'm batch clipping some long form lifestyle content. So what I shared on my story is that because I learned like film psychology, and then I did content creation and started shooting lifestyle and live events, I got to do like case studies on how to communicate and translate what I'm experiencing and find out what resonates with an audience and gets them to engage, holds their attention. But mainly what I discovered is that there's a couple of ways to get people's it's all energy transfer. I talk about that, right? To get people's attention, right, in their engagement, and it's to, you can entertain them, you can educate them, and you can, I don't know, I guess like probably inform them. I don't even know if there's third word. Those two for sure, I know, get people dialed in. So because of that, I built a solid foundation on, man, I don't even know how to call it. Like, I guess it's almost like human relations, like on how to connect with people on a human level digitally. So I'm ripping through these clips and I know what's going to be, because I already set them up. Like the way I would shoot before was like, there's constantly hooks throughout all of the, before everyone was talking about hooks and shit, constantly stuff to keep you engaged throughout the whole 15-minute video. So I'm cutting at these points and I'm trimming the fat, and I'm also trimming out stuff that's not super professional. There's a lot of broads. Like looking back at some of the content from like 4 or 5 years ago, boy, lust was a problem. I don't know about lust, but like I think it might have had a lot to do with the fact that I was climbing the socioeconomic ladder, but a lot of my content was just like, I mean, I probably could be a pickup artist if I wanted to do that gay shit. But I'm so about you finding your purpose and being on your purpose that, so that's what happens is like, I mean, I understand that I'm an attractive man, but like I'm super personable because I see everyone equally. And anyways, what I'm saying is like a lot of my content has women in it, and just women coming up to us, women coming up to me, whether it's me with Mo, whether it's me on my own vlogs, whether it's me at a music festival. Like a lot of that's content, it just shows the abundance, right? And I know what people want to see. I know what I would want to experience, and I know how I experience something. So I know that's what's going to draw attention, get engagement, and get people to want to be part of something, right? I know how to touch that thing that makes people feel like they're fulfilled, if you know what I mean. So so if you're on your journey and you're in business and you're trying to start at a certain level and you're wanting to like, I mean, you can sub out work that you haven't learned yet, but you're going to build a much stronger, more concrete operation that people want to be a part of and want to keep coming back to you. Like you're basically building a friendship, right? That's what business is. Like people want to do business with their friends, right? A business is a reflection of you. So as you build this internal core for yourself, it's going to express itself in the actions in the present moment, right? And people are going to resonate with that. They'll see your results. They'll see that what you do in secret, what you do when nobody's looking, it shows in public. And they'll want to be a part of it if it's productive, if it's efficient, and if it's flourishing. So yeah, I mean, I'm kind of just rambling now, but just take what you know, where you want to be, get that who you want to be, and start doing it now, and people are going to see where you're going and they'll want to work with you. You'll start networking, you start telling people about who you are, where you're going, and then other people will start telling other people about you, who you are, where you're going. And that's called organic marketing. So organic marketing is when you don't pay for ads, you don't have to do some sort of gimmick. It's that who you are at your core is so inspirational to other people. What your business is at its foundation, it resonates so heavily. Like this is why Supreme and all these major brands have these cult followings, right? It's called a cult following. People are Apple, they're dedicated to it because they're dedicated to what it stands for. Find out what you stand for. Mine is autonomy, authenticity, and altruism. Those are my 3 core principles for everything in my life. And people see the reflection of that in me and everything that I do, whether someone's around or not. I mean, my life, the results are in. It keeps coming back. I keep like climbing the socioeconomic ladder. So yeah, as I learn, I want you to learn too, bro. I don't want you to have to go through the hard knocks, bro. Like I said, these videos, if you don't believe me, try it for yourself. And this is all just a documentation, so I never have to relearn any of this stuff again. I can go back and look at my experience. I'm documenting my progress. Like you can go to my first video. You can go to my YouTubes, my other YouTubes. You can go to any of my social media and see my growth, see me fall. You can see me ride the wave of life, man. ups and downs. All right, I'm about to put y'all on some forbidden wisdom real quick. So there's this old African proverb, and it's by King Ye. And the way it goes is, and this is what I live by ever since I heard it. So it goes, you can still be who you wish you is. It ain't happened yet. And that's what intuition is. Some of you might know it, but it's genuinely true. So intuition, like, that's your purpose. You follow your gut feeling. Not like the fear that sits in the bottom of your stomach, but like that pull towards something boy, I can't even put words on it, but you'll know it when you feel it. And when you're following your intuition, like yesterday, the other day, last night, one of the editors was color grading remotely on my computer, right? So I was at my house, they were at the studio, so I was letting them color grade some footage. And he was like, bro, he's known me for like a year now. He's like, how do you always have so much energy? And that's what it is. I'm just always following my intuition. So I'm on this infinite energy source, right? I don't slow down, I don't let it, I'm too deep to turn back. And it's not even, like, it's letting go and not willing your way into it, not forcing it. You just do the thing that's right in front of you, and the universe unfolds in your favor. Or like from the Alchemist, the book The Alchemist, the universe will conspire for you. It's only whenever we try to force things that it seems like the world is conspiring against us. And it's hard to accept that, given that we have this free will, right? But it's after witnessing it and being the silent observer, we realize that, at least for me, there's clearly something I'm meant to do in this world, because I wouldn't keep finding myself on this pursuit. It's not even a pursuit of happiness, because I'm genuinely, happiness is a choice. I'm happy at the bottom. I learned to be happy at the bottom with the bare minimum, you know what I mean? And that way I don't get pulled in by the bullshit, right? Yeah, I wouldn't keep ending up these places people dream of. Like my reality is bigger than people's dreams numerous times, and I don't force it, I don't fake it, I just keep showing up. That's all it is. You keep showing up and you end up in all the right places. That's all that is. So yeah, I gotta go. I haven't hung out with Kai in a while. He's getting old. That's the old boy, my dog. I gotta go give him some love tonight. Been at it since 6 a.m. It's about 10:30 now. Love on him till midnight and start all over. Get out there and give it career to conform.